Hey sneaker friends! Today we're gonna do questions and answers. About a week ago I posted on Twitter to ask me any questions you have and I'll post them in a video. Well, today's the day! Okay, so I'm just gonna randomly go through these questions. There's way too many to answer, but we'll just do a few of them and see how it goes. So first question is from David Krebs. What happened that led you to making these YouTube videos? Well, in this I'm gonna probably answer a couple of the other questions. So yeah, so I left Nike last summer. So August of 2017, and when I left Nike I was frustrated and I was also sort of burnt out from working on shoes. I had worked on shoes for the last 13 years every day. Like I literally thought about shoes every day for 13 years and in an intense way. And so I was kind of burned out and the Tesla opportunity came about. And so I took the opportunity at Tesla. And it only took a few months, maybe not even a month, before people were asking me about shoes a lot. And it kind of reinvigorated my passion for shoes. Like I was really excited to tell them about basketball shoes and running shoes. And there were all kinds of different scenarios that came up and I just really enjoyed it. So fast forward to March, I decided to leave Tesla. It just wasn't working for me and I was commuting from Portland also to Reno. So I chose to leave Tesla and I was like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And so I was like, you know what? I wanna try shoes from other brands. I've never tried shoes from other brands. Like before I started at Nike, I actually wore mostly Nikes. In high school, I had, I think, one pair of Adidas and a couple pair of Reeboks, but otherwise there was nothing else. There was all Nike. So I was like, well, I'm gonna check out all the brands. And I think my husband or someone said, hey, why don't you make YouTube videos about it and see what happens? And I was like, okay. So I got all the equipment, or I got some equipment. So I'm a one-man show. I'm videoing, I'm preparing the videos, I'm editing, I'm doing it all myself. So you'll notice that like there's little things out of focus here and there. But anyways, yeah, so that's how I came about to making these videos. It's super fun. I've learned a ton about videoing and camera work and also reviews and comments, like learning a ton about how to handle the comments. So yeah, that's how I started making these videos. Thanks for your question, David. Next question is, how did you find your position at Nike? Well, I actually applied online. So I went through their online career opportunities. I applied online and I started as a product design engineer at their Air and Nike Air, their IHM facility. So I designed the airbags for the Air Jordan 21 and the Air Max Moto and a couple other shoes. And so really I just started there and I started networking. Like I was so excited and honored to work for Nike that it was such a big deal because sport was always a huge part of my life. I love playing sports. I love the competition. I love the exercise. Like there's nothing I don't love about sports. And I started playing sports when I was like 3. I started with t-ball. That led into softball and I played volleyball and basketball. I played volleyball in college. And I still play tons of sports now. I golf, I've snowboarded, I kiteboarded, like I just love sport. And so once I got to Nike, I started networking and learning about the different positions that I liked. And the Innovation Kitchen was so coveted, like everybody wanted to get in the Innovation Kitchen at the time. And so I applied and got in there. And then, as you know, I ended up like a year later meeting Tinker and he asked me to work in his group. So I spent almost 10 years of my 13 years working in Tinker's Special Projects group. Yeah, so did I always like shoes is another question that Yuzo's asking. Yes, I always loved shoes. They were like, shoes to me, like if I had cool shoes, I played better in sports. And so it was all about the attitude and having cool shoes. So then when I say cool shoes, they had to perform well too. Like it wasn't just like cool shoes. I'll dig up some of my old pictures of me in like elementary, middle school, and high school with my cool shoes on, because you'll notice. Favorite pair. So Yuzo also asks, what is my favorite pair? And it can't be one that I worked on. Oh man, I gotta say, my favorite pair right now today is the Reebok Liquid Float Ride. You can run in it, you can wear it casually. Like, I kind of like all of it. It's pretty cool technology, and it's super lightweight. And the traction is really grippy and loud, and I kind of like it. So my favorite pair right now is the Reebok Liquid Float Ride. This question's from Woo. Kyle Landon, 4. Do you ever go back to visit Behrend? And when is my next planned visit? So Behrend is the college I went to. So I went to a branch campus of Penn State called Penn State Erie, the Behrend College. And so he's asking, when am I gonna go back? And I do visit, end up probably every couple of years. I haven't been there probably in the summer will be about, or actually I was there about a year ago or 2 years ago at this time, a year ago. And so I usually go back to speak or talk and visit. I don't know when my next visit is. I'll probably go back next time I go home. So my family lives around the area. So probably this summer. I don't know. Are you going to be there? Reach out. Let's chat. Okay. Wow. Andy Miller says, where do you see wearable tech going? What will really launch it into mainstream? I think wearable tech is amazing. I'm still like, go back to the Iron Man suit. Like, that's wearable tech, right? Like, what an amazing thing that would be. How realistic is it? I don't know. But I think the current barrier to wearable tech and more wearable tech is the durability of it. For the auto lacing and the Nike Hyperadapt, it was really challenging to put all those electronics into shoes. Shoes in particular, I mean, they twist, they bend, they get moisture, right, from sweat. So wearable product is the product has to be so durable and so dynamic that it's really hard. So I think once we get some more technology in the durability of things, and also things need to still shrink smaller. It'd be nice if the motor for the Hyperadapt was smaller even, right? So it took up less room. But yeah, so things get smaller and more durable. I think that's what'll kick wearables into mainstream. I'm looking forward to that day, by the way. Another question, what aspect of design, engineering, innovation at Nike was most unexpectedly difficult? Oh man, I actually think shoe engineering is difficult in general. There's a lot you have to learn. There's a lot of things to learn about it. I would say the probably most complicated thing is you have to always remember that you're designing or engineering for multiple sizes. It's not just one size shoe, right? It's not just one size. It's like 15, 17, 20 different sizes. So your technology, whatever it is, has got to work across all those sizes. And you can't spend time re-engineering every single size. So I think that is probably the one thing that people don't think about is like, oh, we're making multiple sizes of this. Good question. Let's see, who else? This is the Aesthetic Detective. Where do you want to see 3D printing go in the future? Good question. I'd love to see 3D printing everywhere. I think it's an awesome technology. I'd love to see it with more materials and faster printers. Like, I think between those things, like, you can use CAD software and you can draw up tons and tons of design, but to 3D print it, you got to have the right material. And you got to have, like, for any kind of mass production, you got to have a machine. So that's why Reebok's Liquid Factory is interesting, because they're doing it and they're doing it in a production manner. So like their machines must be running pretty fast. I'd love to see that process. So here's a question from Hugo. Do you think that the general public will embrace embrace React as much as they embrace Boost? So the question, do I think that the general public will embrace React as much as they embrace Boost? I have no idea. I mean, Boost is so bouncy. React is also very bouncy. I think maybe the people that love and want that bouncy feeling that Boost doesn't work for, they might look at React for it. It's hard to say. The other cool thing about Boost is Adidas has put it into a ton of different shoes, right? It's in a bunch of models for them. React is only in a couple of models, performance running right now. So is Nike gonna put it into their sportswear collection? Are they gonna put it in the Air Force One? Are they gonna put it in those other shoes? If they do, I think it has potential, you know, but of course, I don't know. Hugo also asked, he wants to try the React foam. So should he try the Vapor Street Flyknit or the Epic React? It all depends on what you're going to do with it. If you want it to be more noticed, I would go with the Vapor Street because it's a bit bigger, more noticeable silhouette. The Epic React is more wearable, I think, from day-to-day standpoint. I just got a Vapor Street, so I haven't worn both of them yet to tell you from a comfort or anything like that. And comfort is so opinionated, so I think your best bet is go try them both on. If not, maybe buy them both and return the one that you don't like. Good question. Here's a question from Edwin_12. What's the best advice you'd give to a dreamer? I mean, dreamers, I love dreamers. Like, I think everyone should be a dreamer. The best advice I can give is don't give up on your dream. There might be obstacles. There's always obstacles to the dream, but those obstacles are there to teach you something that you're going to need for that dream. So embrace the obstacles. That's my best advice for dreamers. And really, anybody that's trying to do something that runs into obstacles, embrace those obstacles because they'll teach you and you will be better for it. So good question, Edwin. I needed to hear that question right now because I'm trying to figure out what's my dream. What am I going to do next, right? Well, that's enough questions for today. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this. And if you want to see more Q&A, send me questions. And then, yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day and we'll see ya.